It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I'm Mark Daniels, filling in for Phil Simon on this fantastic Friday. Good morning, Bahamas.
And of course, it's always a pleasure to have Mark with us. This might fill up, I sure do. But of course, we're continuing to pray with him, to hold space for him as he mourns the passing of his father, Philip Sr. And in the meantime, we get to have the smiles of a schoolboy cut, Mark Daniels.
Hey, see, school us.
Mark, how was the week for you? Was it a good one?
Yeah, it's been a good week. Still settling in. My family and I, we moved into a new place, our own home. And so that's very exciting. So we've been moving and, from moving in and sleeping on the floor to setting up the beds. And now we feel like we're settled, and we're just so grateful and happy.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations to you. Home ownership continues to be one of those things that really, kind of set the standard, right, Mark? It's like, oh my goodness, I'm an adult for real now.
Like I can't hang out, I got a mortgage.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you and the family. I'm sure that's been exhausting. Before we go any further, Mark, I actually wanted to shout out the University of the Bahamas. They've been working with Verizon Media here in the Bahamas. They're going to be putting on the first national debate series that actually happens next week, Tuesday. And so I want to encourage people to tune in, to go ahead and search for that information over there at Eyewitness News, to make sure that you're paying attention to the University of the Bahamas page. It should really be an exciting time. They've got 6 different candidates from the various parties. They're going to be talking about youth issues, and really using and focusing on some of the more youthful candidates to present that discussion. So it should be a great conversation. I'm one of the moderators. Hey. And I'm looking forward to Jess hosting this first round of our national debate series. So really encouraging people to follow that.
That's great. And I was excited when I first saw that it was going to happen. A lot of people have asked for this type of dialogue to happen in a public setting, especially with political candidates. So I'm looking forward to a good discussion, some really hard questions, and for the Bahamas to see truly what our political candidates have to offer.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. I think when you get candidates, we're used to one style campaigning and we are a young democracy. So that's fine. We're just continuing to grow and evolve. And when you get maybe a candidate from a well-known party, they come with, paraphernalia, they come with maybe 10 people behind them. And so it's a different impression that you get than when you might meet a candidate who's an independent, who may just come alone. And so sometimes it doesn't necessarily put them on a level playing field, but certainly a debate stage does that. And so we're looking forward to that conversation. It is going to be great. But we've also got some great conversations coming up on Bahamas and Sunrise. What do we have coming up for us, Mark?
Yes, another great show today. May is Lupus Awareness Month. So we'll find out more about this disease. And we're also going to check in with Freeport in our Island Buzz segment.
Looking forward to both of those conversations. Lupus continues to just be a very, very prevalent issue for so many people. And so it's great to have this awareness conversation today. Of course, I love when we talk Freeport. And Mark, even though you've been moving in, I hope you're taking care of my girl Paige for Mother's Day on Sunday.
Yeah, man. She's straight. She's straighter than 6 o'clock.
I would hope so. So Paige is going to be well taken care of, and your mom, of course, as well. But for those of you that participated in our mother and child lookalike contest, we are here to announce the winners. So we're very excited about that. And we're also going to be finding about easy car sales, exciting promotion for Mother's Day. And we also have something great from Doctors Hospital. They're inviting you to attend a free webinar next week, COVID-19, where we are now and what's next. And that is, listen, Mark, I really want to know, right? I've actually been feeling a lot more anxious about this thing where it's over a year now, but the numbers are going up again. And I don't know. I kind of at that place where it's like, what do you do, right? You're sanitizing, you're wearing your mask, but still so many people seem to be getting sick. So I don't know how you feel it, Mark, but it's really been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions for me over the last few days.
Definitely agree. Where we are now, I'm hoping that we're going to get to a better place soon. What's next? I hope it's not COVID-20.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a first look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Stan. Good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather at sunrise. 1 week from the boundary, just north of Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. Is moving southeastwards and should move into the Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini sometime by mid-morning. We also expect that to move into New Providence and those areas by late evening into early nighttime hours, with a couple of showers with it, even a possible thunderstorm. For today, we're looking at variable cloudiness with a few showers or possible thunderstorms, mainly across the northwest Bahamas, partly sunny and very warm over the central and southeastern islands. Your high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we look at mostly cloudy and warm with a few showers, even a possible chance of a thunderstorm over the northwest Bahamas, partly cloudy, warm, and muggy with a few showers over the central and southeastern islands. The low temperature go down to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And to the highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 81 and 77. In Jamaica, 81 and 70. In Trinidad, 81 and 74. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 87 and 72. Across North America, Atlanta 66 and 52. In Raleigh, 66 and 51. In Miami, 88 and 76. Dallas, Texas, 82 and 61. And Toronto, Canada, 45 and 39. As you go to begin the weekend, look at some clouds, partly cloudy to cloudy skies, still a couple of showers on Saturday morning as the frontal boundary moves through the northwest Bahamas and becomes stalled across the central island sometime on Saturday afternoon. But we expect a pretty good week after that, and from Mother's Day, partly sunny sky, chance of a couple of showers, and into next week when we have another front near the northwest Bahamas on Wednesday. The temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s daytime and the lower 70s at nighttime. That puts roughly a first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Godfrey. May is recognized as Lupus Awareness Month around the world. It is a time to increase understanding and support for those affected by this challenging autoimmune disease. Here to talk with us about this are Dr. Anishka Roll, rheumatologist and internal medicine specialist, Michelle Thurston, a lupus fighter, and Shaunalee King Johnson, president of Lupus 242. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning,
Mark.
Thank you for having us.
We have a superstar lupus fighting team here this morning. I'm excited. I apologize to everyone, also to you, Bahamas. I could not find a purple shirt, but I'm going to upgrade my wardrobe tomorrow.
Let's do that.
Oh, yeah. So thank you guys again for being on the show this morning. Dr. Roll, give us a brief overview of the disease. We've heard the term lupus, here and there, but for those of us who don't know, give us an overview, please.
Sure. Again, thank you for having me this morning. But lupus is a chronic progressive multi-system autoimmune disease that causes systemic inflammation that leads ultimately to tissue damage. In lupus, multiple organs are involved, and most commonly, the organs are the joints, for most people, the skin, heart, kidneys, lung, and the blood vessels. The incidence of lupus, or I should say actually, lupus is most common in patients of childbearing age, particularly females, between the ages of 15 to 44. However, we can see lupus in older patients, and we also have a sector, at least 15 to 20% of patients which are, in which lupus occurs in children, and we call it childhood onset lupus. Lupus most commonly affects ethnic groups, including Blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, and Asians. But again, there's always outliers, and so it can occur even in white males, sorry. The most common symptoms that our lupus patients that we see that occur includes fatigue, joint pain, swelling, stiffness, and in extreme cases, even deformity. There's also alopecia or hair loss, oral ulcers, swollen glands, intermittent fevers, and of course, again, depending on the organ system involved, can range from mild disease to very severe, life-threatening outcome of disease.
Wow. That's a it doesn't sound like an enjoyable list of symptoms. This disease, it sounds like it's not one that's, I would say, easily managed. It sounds like there's a number of symptoms there, and it seems very painful. Can you tell us, Dr. Roll, what is the prevalence of the disease in the Bahamas?
Well, the prevalence specific to the Bahamas is not known exactly, but we are in the process presently, myself, Dr. Parker, and Dr. Roll, to establish a lupus registry. We can extrapolate from other Afro-Caribbean countries like Jamaica and Barbados, in which the incidence is about 5 to 17% per 100,000. But we do know that definitely in this population, particularly African descent, female population, we do see a lot of variants of lupus. And by that I mean lupus with overlap syndromes, all lupus in different forms. The form that we are most familiar with that we call lupus is we're referring to the systemic form, but there's also cutaneous lupus, there's also neonatal lupus, which occur in newborns, and also drug-induced lupus.
Michelle, tell us, as a lupus fighter, tell us what it's like living with the disease.
Well, it's frustrating. Most days are hard. Some days are normal, but each day is a blessing. Lupus, like Dr. Roll says, affects everyone differently. But for me personally, most days I suffer from pain, joint stiffness, muscle weakness, and a lot of fatigue. Walking, climbing up the stairs, rising from a sitting position, and even lifting my hands up over my head are difficult tasks that I need assistance for. I was diagnosed 9 years ago, and ever since then, my lifestyle has changed. My independence has become less. Medications are a daily routine. Hospital stays are a regular occurrence. I have to limit my exposure to the sun. I try to reduce all social interactions, and I tire very easily. But I've learned to take each day at a time, determined to live my best life possible.
Yes, Michelle, from what you've described, you're definitely a fighter, and you're definitely taking this on head on in a way that I don't know if I would be able to or any other people. You sound like you're very strong and resilient, and I continue to encourage you as you fight this disease. Dr. Roll, what is the treatment like for those with lupus?
Well, treatment is multifaceted. There is no cure for lupus, but treatment is comprehensive in that we have to treat the whole patient. Like Michelle had mentioned, there are lots of things that we try non-pharmacologic to reinforce in patients, and that is to get adequate sleep, reduce stress, lifestyle changes in that maintain a healthy diet or weight loss if you are overweight. Also, in terms of food choices, reduce high sugar foods or high processed foods. And so those are the main things that are very important non-pharmacologic wise, but pharmacologic treatment, again, depends on the organ system involved and the severity of the disease. So for mild disease, we use NSAIDs, which are just non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, and systemic steroids has been the foundation practically in treating lupus. However, when we want to reduce steroid dose or usage, and when with people who have moderate to more severe disease, we use immunosuppressive agents. And more recently, we've had some new medications on the horizon that have been FDA approved for lupus patients and for lupus nephritis, like belimumab. And we use other immunosuppressant drugs like rituximab. So there are newer things, and the good news is that the mortality rate for lupus patients have decreased over the last 20 years, and so we have much more benefits in terms of survival for these patients.
That's very encouraging news, and we look forward to the future of what medicine has to offer to continue to treat this disease. Shauna Lee, so Lupus 242, tell us, what is the work that Lupus 242 does to raise awareness of this disease, and will you be having any virtual events this month?
Yes. So for the past 9 years, we've really been focused on getting persons to understand what the illness is, how it impacts those who've been diagnosed, and how they can be supported. And so we host our monthly meetings, and we also have a very active online community and a very active WhatsApp group where we really try to support our members as they deal with a chronic illness that will be with them for the rest of their lives. And so for this month, during our virtual awareness month, we will be asking people on Friday to put on purple for lupus awareness. And you also have a chance to redeem yourself on Monday. On Monday,
Me too.
actually, the Prime Minister has actually declared Monday as Lupus Day in the Bahamas. So that's also another opportunity to pop and tell persons about it. Use the hashtag Lupus242, or simply just tell somebody next to you who's sitting in the office. Next week, we'll also have our virtual fun run walk. So if you're in Kidd Island, or if you're in Eleuthera, if you're going out for a walk with your family, wear purple, take a picture, post it, and use the hashtag and let people know why you're doing this. And finally, we're going to end the month with 2 health panels, which is important. The educational component is very important to us. And the first panel will deal with lupus, coping with a chronic illness, and mental health. And then the final one will deal with navigating lupus during a pandemic.
This is all very exciting. And yes, I will redeem myself on Monday. Purple on everything. Right?
Everything.
So just quickly, what is the threat of COVID-19 for lupus sufferers, Shauna Lee?
Well, obviously they are really in a group that is high risk. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of our members have had to make a lot of adjustments to their daily interactions and engagement just to reduce the risk of catching the illness. I know Dr. Rowe may be able to speak more to, what it's like if they were to catch COVID and how to manage that.
Right, but they do fall into the category of higher risk individuals.
Definitely.
So in this day and time, they have to be extra careful, wear your purple masks, right? That's what you need, purple masks.
Yes.
So just tell us before we go, how can people support Lupus 242?
Yes, so definitely wearing the color, letting persons know about it. You can also feel free to donate to our organization. We have been pushing to assist our members who have, really struggled during this pandemic. So you can reach out to us. We're at lupus242.org, or you can reach us on Facebook and Instagram at lupus242.
Perfect. It's Lupus Awareness Month, everybody. Get your purple ready. We had Dr. Roll on, Michelle Thurston, our lupus fighter, and we had Shauna Lee King Johnson, our president of Lupus 242. Thank you for giving us your time this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see everyone in your purple on Monday. You're watching Sunrise. We'll be right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
Mental health is health too.
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 Like your physical health, mental health is health too.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're so happy that you're still with us. As I've been reminding you for about 2 weeks, Sunday is Mother's Day. So I hope that you've done what you need to do to make sure that your mom is taken care of. We on the show are celebrating those mother and children lookalikes with our mother and child lookalike contest. Again, we want to thank everyone for entering the contest. This is always a fun one. So joining us are the finalists this morning. We've got LaShan and her son LaShawn Fox. And we've got Nadia Lusant and her daughter Danielle Seymour. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to you also.
All right, so I'm going to start with you, LaShawn. Just tell us a little bit about you and LaShawn. How old is LaShawn? And how many times people said you guys look alike?
Well, actually, he's my first and my oldest child. He's my son. And sometimes people even take us to like brothers and sisters. He's 10 years old. He attends Yellow Elder Primary School. He's in grade 5. And when he grows up, he wants to be a marine biologist. And sometimes, you know, we as parents, we tend to want to push kids into things they don't want to be. So sometimes I find myself buying shark toys, dinosaur toys, anything to help him be focused and have his mindset on what he wants to be. So most of the time, it's just that and spending quality time with him.
That's awesome. LaShawn, you want to be a marine biologist?
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. So you like to swim?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All right, LaShawn, I'm very proud of you. I think that is a very noble profession. We've got some of the best waters in the world, and it's up to us to protect them. So I'm going to trust our entire world of beaches to you, LaShawn. Does that sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
You got to make sure all the animals in the sea are safe?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you want to say good morning to anyone at Yellow Elder Primary this morning?
My teacher name is Thompson.
Good morning, Miss Thompson, and good morning to everybody at Yellow Elder Primary. LaShawn, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one brother and one sister.
One brother and one sister. Who looks the most like mommy? You or your brother or your sister?
Me.
You? All right, LaShawn. So LaShawn is the one that looks the most like his mama, LaShawn. And so we are just happy that you guys have been able to enter the contest. We're going to talk with you again in a second. I also want to introduce Miss Lusant and Miss Seymour. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Oh, y'all even sound alike. So this is a lot. Okay. All right. So Miss Lusant, I'll get started with you. Do people tell you that you guys look alike often?
What section of this video I want to deal with? Every day.
Every day. Okay, so tell me then, Danielle, how does that feel to look just like mommy?
It feels great, honestly. She's beautiful.
Yes. Whenever so I don't look exactly like my mom. I really don't. But whenever I do get the compliment, it makes me feel so proud because I think she's like the prettiest person ever, right? So that feels really good. Nadia, how old is Danielle now?
Danielle is 20 years of age.
What? Danielle, you look about 12, girl. You get the right chance to look like mommy. You don't look like you aging at all. All right, so I'm asking that, Nadia, because as our kids get older, I know for me, I just can't believe like how quickly the time flies. How does it feel to have a 20-year-old?
Every day I look at her and I be like, wow, where have the time passed? I could just remember her just running around, and now she is in college.
Wow. All right, so what are you studying in college, Danielle?
Come in.
Medical student.
A medical student. So you're gonna be a doctor. So we're gonna be walking around with mommy's face in the hospital, helping all the patients. And so COVID-19 hasn't deterred your determination to be a doctor, Danielle?
Not at all.
Not at all. All right. So we wanna just thank you all for joining us today, LaShawn and LaShan. I just want to know from you, do you guys have anything that you like to do together? I know that LaShawn wants to be a marine biologist. What are some of the fun things you do together as mother and son?
Sometimes we find ourselves going on the beach or picking up toys, or he likes leaves. So He likes anything dealing with green and nature. So sometimes I find myself making dinosaurs out of leaves, sharks out of leaves, anything to help keep him being a better person.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. LaShawn, wait,
Yes,
wait,
ma'am.
LaShawn, do you have the best mommy in the world?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Danielle may disagree. Danielle, do you have the best mommy in the world?
Of course I do.
See, I don't know. And I feel like I have the best mommy in the world. So now we all have a problem. All right. So what we do not have a problem with is that all of you look alike. And so we celebrate that. We celebrate and honor you, LaShawn for just, trying to keep LaShawn focused, I believe, and speak life into you today. LaShawn, that you will be an amazing marine biologist. And I'm so excited. We've got Mark, who's hosting our show today. He's one of the best botanists in our entire country. And as a botanist, he looks at plants for a living. So he can tell you how, as a young man, you can continue to nurture your gift and your love for nature. And then I'm so excited that we have a doctor in the house on the way to continue to help us as we navigate becoming a healthier Bahamas in Danielle. Mommies, congratulations to both of you for raising these amazing children. And now we get to tell you who our winners are. All right, everybody, who's ready to find out the winner? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. And our runners up are, these are the runners up. They came in just a smidge behind the winners. Our runners up are, wait, I'm going to tell you what you're going to get first. You get a super value $50 gift card, a gift bag from Aveeno and Neutrogena products, courtesy of Lowe's and all of our celebrations here at Bahamas at Sunrise. And our first runners up are LaShawn and LaShawn. Woo! So you get your super value $50 gift card and a bag from Lowe's, and that means that the winners are Nadia and Danielle. Congratulations to Nadia and Danielle. Yes, you two get dinner for two at Crusoe's Restaurant at Comfort Suites Paradise Island, a $50 super value gift card, and a bag with Aveeno and Neutrogena products, courtesy of Lowe's Pharmacy. Congratulations to all of you, and a very happy Mother's Day to LaShawn and Nadia.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to you also.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. And so I hope that you guys enjoy it. Continue to be amazing parents. And you too, LaShawn and Danielle, continue to be great children. Your mom sacrificed so much to make sure that you're okay. And I just hope that you will always honor them. They love you all so much. So congratulations again from Bahamas at Sunrise. And we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Everybody.
You're watching Bahamas at
Happy
Sunrise.
Mother's Day.
Thank you. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
Bahamas at Sunrise kicks off the new year in style with a fashion series hosted by yours truly. It's Fashion with Cardell McClown, your guide through all the seasons, from challenges to interviews to fashion shows. We'll help you create your style, build your brand, and celebrate the best in Bahamian fashion. It's big, it's bold, it's Fashion with Cardell McClown.
The sports we play depend on the health we build. So let's stay healthy. Wear a mask and practice social distancing and hand washing to protect yourself and others. Remember, COVID-19 is not a game.
A public service message from the Bahamas Olympic Committee.
The COVID-19 pandemic demands the most modern techniques and highest standards of sanitizing to ensure the safety of schools, businesses, churches, and of the ones we love. Treeline Divine Professional Sanitizers offers state-of-the-art electrostatic technology, providing maximum efficiency and coverage to protect your environment and preserve your health against mold and 99% of bacteria and viruses, including COVID-19. With pricing to match your budget and standards to meet your highest expectations, we invite you to contact us for a free analysis of your weekly, monthly, or single-use needs. COVID-19's impact is strong, but our commitment to restoring your safety is even stronger. Treeline Divine Sanitizing. Spread confidence.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I am Mark Daniels, and it is indeed a fabulous Friday.
It sure is, Mark. It sure is. Great conversations this morning. I was so happy to hear them talk about lupus. It is such a hard disease to bear. To think about the fact that you wouldn't be able to do things that we take for granted, like raising our arms above our heads without pain, Mark. I think we really have to honor those people who are fighting day by day to get by.
Yeah, it definitely isn't an easy disease to manage. It's definitely one that requires a lot of resilience and strength, but also a good support system. I can imagine that anybody who's suffering through lupus or fighting lupus definitely needs that support system to keep them encouraged, a system where their independence may be compromised, and to just give them that just those healing vibes, man. It's nothing like having somebody next to you, cheering you on, rooting you along the way. And I guess that's what Lupus 242 really is about.
Yeah. No, community is incredibly important for anyone dealing with us on the day-to-day. We need community, right? We need support. We need encouragement. And so for those who are really battling the body, I can imagine how much more you would need. So shout out to Shauna Lee and the team, 9 years going strong. And wishing them all the best as they move forward. Also got to speak with some excited youngsters today, Mark, and their moms as we celebrate Mother's Day with our Mother's Day Look-alike contest. That was a joy for me. And you could see we have another young man interested in the sciences, right? So that's really exciting. I had to tell him about you and the fact that you're a botanist, and so that he could be encouraged with that career choice.
Yeah, when I was a child, and most other people, we love nature, but unless you've been exposed to some of the nonprofit organizations, or you have a lecturer or a teacher that's progressive, you're unable to see a clear path in terms of a career, especially if you're doing botany or some other type of science that isn't too common here in terms of being in that field. But I encourage him 100%. Whenever you're ready, we can go in the field. I'll teach you some plants, young man.
Yeah, because his mom says he loves leaves, right? And so it could be that he likes marine biology just because he has more access to the water, and that's a known pathway. But if he loves leaves almost as much as you love leaves, and your mom really loves leaves, then certainly there's a career for him. So that made me very excited. And of course, to see Danielle, who's studying medicine. This show is the best show at Bahamas. And for this reason, right? You get some critical information about lupus, but you also get these feel-good moments where you get to meet young people like LaShawn and Danielle and their mothers who work so hard to raise them. So we've got more to come in the second half. We're going to be talking about how mothers can get special deals with easy car sales. They're going to be telling you how you can ditch the pump and go electric. Speaking of the environment, right, Mark?
Yeah, right. I'm tempted, man. Those cars, they look good. And we're also going to chat with the island administrator for Freeport in our Island Buzz segment. But let's take a second look at weather with Brother Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. Your second look at weather at sunrise. Weak from boundary just north of Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. Smoothing southeastwards should move across those areas sometime by mid-morning and across the Providence and Ras Eleuthera by late evening into the early nighttime hours. I'll bring on with a couple of showers with it, even the chance of a possible thunderstorm. 2 to 4 feet after frontal passage. In the northwest Bahamas, in central southeastern islands, those winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet. On Saturday, across all the islands, northeast, east at 15 20 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet. And then on Sunday, east to southeast at 15 knots, sea 2 to 5 feet. Yeah, tides. Currently have a high tide up at 5:42 this morning. Next low tide will be at 2 minutes past midday. High again this evening at 6:14. Sunset 7:41 this evening. Rising tomorrow at 6:29. UV index 8. Your water temperature 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Honeymoon phase last quarter. The external look will give some clouds through Saturday with a couple of showers as the front starts to become stationary across the central islands in the vicinity of Exoma, Island, and Island and Salvador. And we do expect a pretty nice Mother's Day, partly sunny skies the remainder of the week until another weak front moves near extreme northwest Bahamas. That was rough on your farm because by the sunrise, I've got to go inside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Now we know that Freeport was hit hard by Hurricane Dorian as well as COVID-19. So we're eager to find out what strides are being made as it relates to the city's development and economy. Here to discuss this in our Island Buzz segment this Friday, we are very happy to welcome Kathy Smith. She's the Island Administrator for the city of Freeport. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, Ms. Smith.
Good morning and thank you for having me, Ms. Felicius.
It is my absolute pleasure. I think my producer knows that few things gives me more joy than to talk about Grand Bahama, which of course is my home island. But you know, I've seen the Grand Bahama that I knew as a kid growing up, and I've seen the Grand Bahama post Francis and Jean, and now post Dorian, and still in the midst of this pandemic. So how is the community doing overall in light of Dorian and COVID-19?
The community is doing as best as can be expected. Considering the devastation that they have been through in the past 2 years. They are now trying to rebuild their families, their homes, and their businesses, and to try and get back to life pre-Dorian and COVID.
Yeah.
And they're also optimistic that things will get better based on what is happening in Grand Bahama in terms of the capital projects and work by the present government.
Okay, well, we'll talk some more about those capital works and what that looks like. But right now we're moving into hurricane season. You know, I would have heard a news story recently about some people who were still really trying to be in this rebuilding process, particularly those in the eastern part of the island. What is going on right now in terms of hurricane preparedness for the entire island?
Okay, as we are all aware, hurricane season begins June 1st. And the most important thing right now is to preparedness. And as Bahamians, you know, we are procrastinators and we wait for the last minute. But here in Grand Bahama, we are stressing to the resident to start preparing now. For me, as the administrator for the city of Freeport, I must ensure that my key persons and stakeholders are on board. We have a Grand Bahama Disaster Consultative Committee that is made up of 14 heads of government agencies and ministries. We meet once per month to ensure that we are on the right path, ensuring that our residents are prepared. And in the event that we do have a disaster or hurricane, that we are prepared. The named shelters, we have 31 named shelters right now. 20 of them have been inspected and are ready in the event that we do have a disaster or hurricane. The other 21, we are hoping and praying that they will be up and ready before the end of the month. Also very important right now is getting volunteers, persons to volunteer to assist and work the shelters during a disaster or a hurricane. And we have forwarded a volunteer application yesterday to all ministries and heads of government agencies. And also persons who may want to volunteer can contact my office, the administrator's office in Grand Bahama at the NIB building at 352-2881, or NEMA's office and ask for Ms. Tammy Mitchell or Ms. Joycelyn Pinder at 351-4903.
All right. So I'm happy to hear that there are volunteer opportunities available. for those people that might have the ability to do so. Certainly, it's a critical job, and we've seen even in Dorian how people just went out of their way to rescue each other, to be there for each other. So we know that spirit of volunteerism is quite real. So people can go ahead and make sure that they're doing that even now. One of the things that happened in Dorian, however, was that our already challenged Rand Memorial Hospital, we saw that even further damaged. There's been some talk for some time about, changing the hospital around, moving it perhaps to a newer location that's further up the road or expanding it. Really have been grateful to Samaritans First for what they've done in terms of helping set up. But where are we now, right? We need a proper hospital in Grand Bahama, especially with the numbers being what they are. Do we have any updates on what that's looking like?
Yes, on Friday, April 23rd, the official recommissioning of the first phase of the Rand Memorial Hospital took place. It was opened by the Prime Minister and the Minister of Health. And also during that recommissioning, they stated that the planning for the other phases, which will include a 4-story addition to the current hospital, is slated to begin later this month. So there are great things that are going to be happening to the Rand Memorial Hospital. I don't think we'll relocate, but we will add a 4-story addition to the present hospital.
Okay. And then, I remember from way back in Francis and Jane, the loss of the original Grand Bahama Airport, particularly for domestic travel. We were able to reopen the international side and see that grow. But, the domestic side was relocated to a smaller terminal. And then you have Dorian, and now the airport is impacted again.
Yes.
There had been some conversations about perhaps buying it out from the Port Authority with the government. Where are we now with the redevelopment of the Grand Bahama International Airport?
Okay, the government did purchase the Grand Bahama International Airport from the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the Hutchison Whampoa company sometime last year. Just last week, the Prime Minister again was here with his delegation, and they signed a contract with a company to start construction of a new international airport here in Grand Bahama, which the residents and visitors and citizens are looking forward, because it would be a major boost to the island's economy and tourism sector. So we are looking forward to the construction of this new international airport.
Okay. All right. So things seem to be on the move in the beginning phases. But happening in terms of community itself. We're talking now about the people and the opportunities for people to engage. We know that COVID-19 meant that we had to be indoors for a very long time. But are community parks back open? Are they being maintained? And what are the protocols in place now for people to get together in those spaces?
Good question. The community parks here in Freeport are managed by the Freeport City Council. They are responsible for the upkeep, the cleaning. The parks are open and the residents are utilizing them in full force. In March the 27th of March, we opened 2 community centers. The Churchill Tanner Knowles Community Park was open in East Grand Bahama, and the Wellington Pinder was in Central Grand Bahama. There are additional phases to these parks. We are looking at adding restrooms and community centers. We're also looking at adding outdoor walking trails and exercise equipment. So we're gonna have a full-scale, world-renowned community parks here in Freeport.
Now, we had mentioned this before when we talked about the airport and the fact that we're looking for some sort of rebound in our tourism sector, right? The industry sector seems to be doing well, but of course there is the tourism sector that we need. What is happening there in terms of the hotels and the cruise ships? We know the sale of the Grand Lucayan had raised questions for many years. So where are we now? There's been rumors about Carnival coming in possibly. There's been rumors about, some of the other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean perhaps taking over that hotel and us becoming a home port. Talk to me about the future for tourism on the island.
Oh, I am excited to report that the Wyndham Club Fatona Bay recently opened its doors to locals and guests. And with the opening of that hotel, we saw 100 employees return to work, with the additional employees being called back in short order. The government in March signed a heads of agreement with Royal Caribbean International and the ITM Group for the purchase and redevelopment of 3 hotels at Grand Lucayan and the Freeport Harbor. Also, there are talks about Carnival Cruise Port building a port at the Sharp Rock Point in East Grand Bahama. So there are exciting ventures and businesses that will boost again our tourism economy here in Freeport that we are looking forward. So tourism is on its way back.
All right. Well, we do have to leave now. We're so happy to have spoken with you this morning, Ms. Smith. As we leave, do you want to leave any final words with us about, the resilience of Grand Bahamians who have been Grand Bahama strong for many years now, just before we go?
Yes, the people of Freeport and the wider community of Grand Bahama are very resilient, considering what they have been through in the past couple of years. They are people of strong will and a belief in God that with Him all things are possible, and through Him they are stronger than ever.
Yes, ma'am. They certainly are. And so a very special good morning to the folks in my hometown. Love you always. And it's been a pleasure to learn more about what's happening this morning. Ms. Smith, we thank you for bringing these updates to our attention. And we look forward to seeing them continue to grow and develop. We'll have questions along the way, I'm sure. But it's always a pleasure to know that things are on the move. They're starting to happen. And we hope that we will see them through to fruition. Thanks again for joining us this morning.
And thank you for having me. Good morning.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The sports we play depend on the health we build. So let's stay healthy. Wear a mask and practice social distancing and hand washing to protect yourself and others. Remember, COVID-19 is not a game.
A public service message from the Bahamas Olympic Committee.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Mental health is health too.
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 Welcome back. Almost 9 in 10 electric vehicle drivers would never go back to driving a car powered by gas, according to research. Easy Car Sales, the only 100% electric vehicle sales company in the country, is offering a sweet deal to empower women, especially for Mother's Day, to ditch the pump and to go electric. Here to tell us more is Pia Farmer, Managing Director of Easy Car Sales. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Bahamas. Good morning, all the mothers. Yes. It's Friday. Okay, I know it doesn't get any easier on the weekend, but at least the school routine and all of that. Yes. So happy Mother's Day, Bahamas.
Yes, happy Mother's Day. And we're here talking about ditching the pump and going electric. So tell us, Pia, what are the benefits of owning an electric vehicle?
Well, the list is so long, but I will try to keep it to a couple of items. Number one, you never have to go to the gas station again. So I don't know who likes going to the gas station and who likes spending that money. But if you have an electric car, it comes with a charger and we install it in your house. And so you just plug in whenever you need to. That's only once every few days, you don't have to do it all the time. And also the price. Yep. So when you plug in at home, you pay BPL $1 to go the same distance as a gallon of gas. Now, because I haven't been to a gas station in 6 years, I hear gas is almost $5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it's a big savings, $1 equivalent per gallon instead of 5. So you're saving every day and every week. And that's very important because if you thought about a supermarket where you could go get 80% off, I think you'll be there every week. So it's very important to just stop what we've been trained to do, to go to a gas station, plug in, wait, deal with that, and just plug in at home. Thirdly, there's very little service because there is no combustion engine. Right. There is no oil change, no spark plugs. There is no conventional radiator. There's no transmission. There's no muffler.
Wow.
There are 1,000 parts in your gas car that are not in an electric car. Wow. So that means you don't have to service it. You don't have to replace it. And it doesn't end up at the dump,
This is sounding pretty magical. So I'm saving money, endorsing new technology, easing my bills because I'm not visiting a mechanic so often. This sounds like a dream come true.
Right? And it is. And I'm here to bring it to you. And this is what we're doing. We're empowering you to let go of an old technology. Yes. The combustion engine was invented 140 years ago. I don't know about you, but my phone isn't much older than a couple of years, okay? And it's very important that all through the time that we have been using the combustion engine, yes, it's been great for industry and for development, but it's been terrible for our earth. You see over here to my left is our beautiful blue pearl.
Yes.
And driving electric means you are not creating emissions directly on our roads that make us ill and make the planet ill.
Exactly, because right now we're seeing the symptoms of global warming. We know about carbon emissions across the planet. We know which countries have a larger carbon footprint than others, and which countries provide a larger carbon sink than others. In the Bahamas, we have a carbon footprint here, but I would say it's relatively small as some of the larger countries of the world. However, we still have to do our part. And so if we can reduce our carbon footprint by using electric vehicles, managing our homes and waste more responsibly, I think we can try to change the tide a bit on what's happening in our environment. For easy car sales, this month, you were talking about Mother's Day, we're ditching the pump. So how are you encouraging women to empower themselves with electric vehicles?
Now, of course, everybody's invited to the party.
Yes.
Not just women. But this month, because it's Mother's Day, we decided to have a special on our SUV. Well, we have 3 sizes of SUVs. In fact, we have 8 models of vehicles, new. These are all new with an 8-year warranty. Try and get that from a gas car. 8-year warranty. Oh. You can go to easy242.com, which is our website, easy242.com, and you can see all the models. Right. And you can find a bunch of videos as well, everything about electric. But there you will see one that is the Yuan SUV. It's a compact SUV. Mm-hmm. It's lovely. It zips around, and we have reduced the price from $36,000 to $31,900.
All right.
Now, $31,900 is a lot of money, I understand, but this is a new car that will have a warranty for 8 years that will save you money every day because you won't have to go to the pump and you won't have to have expensive service. Our service is very simple. You plug it into a laptop, diagnostic tool, couple of tweaks, done, couple of hours.
Right.
Okay? So this is a great deal, $31,900 for a new car that you never have to worry about again.
So what are the cost savings comparing an electric vehicle to a gas-powered vehicle?
So estimates vary because it depends on your model, it depends how you use it, a lot of things. But you can know for sure you will save 75% of the cost that you are spending today on your car.
Wow.
Okay, 75%, that is a lot. But the most important thing is that they're reliable.
Right.
You know, I don't know about everybody else, but me, I don't know anything about regular cars. I don't want to know anything about regular cars. I want the car to work. I want to get in the car, get the kids in, do the, you know, all the bags, whatever, and go.
Yep.
And that's a very important factor with your electric car. It's reliable, it's powerful, it has a lot of torque. You know, when you find yourself in that situation, you have to overtake or pull out or whatever, this is the car you want, all right? There's no gears.
Yes. So for new or for electric vehicle owners, do you install electric chargers at the home? And what is that process?
It's very simple. The car comes with a charger. So the 31.9 includes the charger.
Okay.
And we install it either at home or at work. It can be outside. You don't have to have a garage, you know, or anything like that. Mine is out in the sun and the rain now, 6 years. So we install, it's very easy. It's just like installing a plug for your electric dryer at home.
Good. That sounds like a very simple process.
Right, and your car is just another appliance.
Yes, it is.
All right.
You've talked about the Mother's Day promotion. You've told us the benefits of electric vehicles. How can people get more info if they're interested in purchasing a car or going for a test drive?
Okay, so the most important thing right now is that if you're thinking about getting a new car, before you do that, try an electric car. That's all I'm asking you to do. Because once you come for a test drive, and you can book one on our website, easy242.com, or you can call us, okay? 4610100.
Perfect.
Or you can drop by. Once you try it, you will never, ever want to buy a gas car again. Come and find out what this secret is all about. And this secret is taking over the world.
I agree. Pia Farmer, Manager Director of Easy Car Sales. We thank you again for coming on Bahamas at Sunrise, talking about ditching the pump, going electric, save the planet, and save some money at the same time, right?
I mean, hello. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
The Bahamas and the world has been waging the war against COVID-19 for over a year now. In that time, much of our daily life has been irreversibly changed by lockdowns, job losses, and deaths in our families. As facial masking, hand sanitizing, and social distancing have become the new norm, the team at Doctors Hospital applauds the Bahamian public for doing your part to control and contain the spread of the COVID-19 virus. It is time to take the fight a step further. With the COVID-19 vaccine now available, we encourage Bahamians to continue the fight and do your part in getting vaccinated. Please continue to be vigilant, wear a mask, and social distance. For more information on the COVID-19 vaccine, visit www.doctorshosp.com. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope that you enjoyed it, that you learned something new, and that you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend. Before we leave, we want to say a very happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thank you so much for your sacrifice. Mark, somebody taught you to do everything you do now, right? From going to the party to just knowing how to, like, every single thing. And for the most part, many people that's been mothers. And so we celebrate them and wish them a beautiful day.
Definitely. I love my mummy. And I love my wife, who is my children mummy. And before we go, just want to send congratulations to my cousin Quentin and Kat on their wedding. They're getting married tomorrow. It's going to be a very beautiful ceremony. We love you guys. We're going to have a great time, and be fruitful and multiply.
What Mark said. You guys make it a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Bye.